Living days I lost my way and back down. Time I wasted placed you in the background. I can't take it, parade and fake this. Separated, dated, it's got me on the run now. I don't wanna be on the run now. Create a love in me, I put it all down. Shake the pain, replace and let me run now. Faith is waiting, I face and what's in front now. It's not like I'm not trying to work it out, but things are so much harder when you're not around. I'm not always who you think I am. Sometimes I feel like I'm the renegade, and I can't just sit back and watch it fade. This time I hope you see I'm not the enemy. I'm gonna make it, shake it on the jump now. I'm gonna break it, fade it, put the gun down. Amazing grace, mistakes erased and come round. I'm gonna do what it takes, remaining running the race. Save the race like me, you never let down. I can see the dream, I'll never let drown. I'm not a saint, but hey, I'm up above ground. I'm now awake, I'll chase, I'll never run now. It's not like I'm not trying to work it out, but things are so much harder when you're not around. I'm not always who you think I am. Sometimes I feel like I'm the renegade, and I can't just sit back and watch it fade. This time I hope you see I'm not the enemy. I'm not a renegade, no matter what you say. I'm not a renegade, I'm not a renegade, no matter what you say. I'm not a renegade, I'm not a renegade, I'm not a renegade, no matter what you say. I'm not a renegade. I'm not a renegade. It's not like I'm not trying to work it out, but things are so much harder when you're not around. I'm not always who you think I am. Sometimes I feel like I'm the renegade, and I can't just sit back and watch it fade. This time I hope you see I'm not the enemy. I'm not a renegade, I'm not a renegade, no matter what you say. I'm not a renegade, I'm not a renegade, I'm not a renegade, no matter what you say. I'm not a renegade.
Most valuable player for Super Bowl 35, Ray Lewis.
What I entered this game to do, I've done. And that's touch the Lombardi Trophy.
Thank you guys for having me. I've been here for a couple of days and I've met some awesome people. And I think my message is always simple. Whatever you want to go do it. Nobody determines that but you. You see, when, how old are you? 14, Shanae? Well, I got a son, 14. Great job. But when I was your guys' age, I figured something out. And it's no secret what I figured out. But whatever majority of people was doing, I found myself doing the opposite of what they was doing. Because I wanted to chase something great. I wanted to do something for my mom. I wanted to get my mom away from certain things. I wanted to get my mom and my sisters and my brothers away from certain just situations and circumstances. For me growing up, trust me, a meal, to have a hot meal once a week was a blessing for me if I had one meal. My mom couldn't feed me every day. So I figured it out in my mind that the only thing that could pull me away from any of that thinking was hard work. That's it. Because I think the easiest thing to do, now I know you guys come in here because y'all got beautiful coaches and y'all got great people who want to work with you. But the easiest thing to do is come in here and let coach say, do this, do that, do this, and shoot the ball this many times. Yeah. And it's the same thing I tell my kids. That's the easiest thing to do. You know what the hardest thing to do is? It's to do it when nobody ain't watching. What do you do when you go home? How much time do you spend with that basketball when you're by yourself? Yeah. It's all right, but I'm just telling you that we have to, and I tell my kids this all the time, you have to figure out at a very young age what you want to do. And when you figure out what you want to do, go do it. But every day, you can't take no breaks. Since I was 9 years old, I took 2 breaks in my life. The breaks I took was some breaks that I had surgeries. That was the only breaks I've ever took. So for 27 years, I haven't took a break. I just came out the weight room this morning. I'm going back in the weight room again this evening. I work out over 5 times a day. For one simple reason. I don't like where I once was. I didn't like where I once was. So I promised myself, I promised my mom, I promised my sisters, I promised my city that I won't be back there. So when I walk in this gym, when I walked in that little ring over there and saw that ring, that's what I remember. That's where I grind it from. That's all I know. All I know is grind. And I'm looking at each one of y'all eyes right now, and it's grinding, each one of y'all. But now each one of y'all got to find out who's going to become the leader. Who's going to take that next step to tell somebody, man, let's shoot 500 times a day. If coach got us shooting 100 times a day, let me shoot 500. I tell my son, if you want to play basketball, you want me to pay for you to play basketball, you got to shoot over 1,000 times a day. If you're good in your right hand, and your right hand is the only thing you know how to use, put it behind your back, lock it with a belt, and use every time you come in the gym, dribble with your left hand. Make your left think like your right. That's if basketball is what you're trying to do. And whatever you're trying to do, man, schoolwork, trust me, it's the #1 thing when you talk about education. When you talk about life, when you talk about understanding where you really want to go, if you ain't bringing home straight A's and B's, and nowadays you got to think, now y'all kids nowadays, y'all got to look better than what we had. Because we had to go in the real hard books. The real books to find the information. Now y'all got iPhones, y'all got iPads, y'all got everything. Y'all Google any answer, and y'all get any answer y'all want to get. So grades, it should be no reason everybody in this room should hold each other accountable to have straight A's or A's and B's. I tell my children, you can get anything you want from me if you bring me home straight A's and B's. Because that means you dialed in. That means you made up your mind to do something. But then there's a balance there, because we're 3-part beings. Mind, body, spirit. We're 3-part beings. Mind, body, spirit. Take this with you the rest of your life. Don't wake up without prayer. Don't wake up without thanking God that I'm up this morning. Because I promise you, none of us had control over that. Your mama didn't wake you up this morning, your daddy didn't wake you up this morning, It's only one person that woke us all up this morning. And I ain't talking about religion, I'm talking about a different power. So once you understand what your prayer life should be, then you got to understand what your physical life should be. I don't get out of bed in the morning without grinding. That's what I'm asking each one of y'all right now. What's the difference in you and the man sitting beside you? Because in my business, 1% makes it. That's it. So out of every child sitting there right now, if everybody had the same dream, one will make it from this whole crowd. Who will be that one? What's the difference of your mindset and everybody else's mindset that's sitting there? It's gotta be different. It's gotta be different. You gotta be hungry for it. When you come in this gym, you got to put everything you got on the court. Everything, every second. And when your coach tell you that this, you'll be the first one in line. What you want me to do, coach? If I don't know how to do it, I can figure out how to do it. That's what leaders are born at. Because anybody can come shoot in these gyms that these people have worked countless hours to build these communities for y'all and build up these buildings for you. How much you really gonna use it? I walked outside that door right there and I saw a good friend of mine over there. When you talk about Michael Jordan, have y'all ever really read his story? How many people has really read Michael Jordan's story? Raise your hand. Do yourself a better favor. Every person here, take your time out this week and read Michael Jordan's story. And tell me yourself if that man over there, who is considered the greatest of all time, saw what he had to go through first. He came in the gym just like this, and his coach cut it from the basketball team twice. Twice. Sent him home. He went in the backyard of his house and he mastered the game of basketball. I don't want to tell y'all how many shots he shot. I want you to go read it yourself. I see these iPhones, I see Google it. Pull it up and read it and see what made him the greatest. Now, if I share my story with you, I can only tell you, I told you before, I don't take breaks. I don't know what a break feel like. Because now I got kids coming up after me. And I told my oldest son, the day that you think you can beat me in anything, show me. The day you can outrun me, show me. The day you can outlift me, outwork me, outshoot me, whatever you think you can do, show me. And when you get to that point where you can beat that, then go on to the next level. But the real challenge is, who's the next Michael Jordan sitting in this room? Who's the next Ray Lewis? Who's the next whoever you want to be? Because that's ultimately who you turn out to be. You don't turn out to be the next Michael Jordan or the next Ray Lewis. You turn out to be the next you. But it's called dialing in. 3-part beings, mind, body, spirit. Today is a new day. I'm only here for one reason. I came over here to speak to the London Warriors, and I bumped into some incredible young men that has the same path that I had. Broken homes. I come from a broken home. You understand? I come from domestic violence. I come from a man putting his hands on my mom. I come from that. I didn't start lifting weights because of sports. I started lifting weights because I got tired of a man putting his hands on my mother. So I stepped up as the man in the house. Started doing push-ups and sit-ups every night of my life. I took a deck of cards and I flipped it. 9, 5, 8, Jack, Queen, and King, I do 10. Ace, I do 25. Jokers, I do 50. And I did that for about 3, 4, 5 years until I built my body up. And all I would do is wear big shirts until I built my body up. Till one day when it hit my mom, I was strong enough to help her out. So sports was a scapegoat for me. It was a way out because it taught me complete discipline. It taught me how to really dial in. I didn't have daddy. Daddy wasn't there for me. So I had to ground myself.